From the territories out west, Kansas, Colorado, Texas, Kentucky, and Illinois and Florida, comes another episode of Project Audion, transcribed live. The Wild West. Two words that vividly evoke a special time and place in America culture. Hi, I'm Larry Groebe with the Generic Radio Workshop. You know, Westerns were never more popular in the U.S. than they were during the 1950s. Pop culture was dominated by movies and radio and television shows. From the simple heroics of the white-hatted Lone Ranger to the more subtle adult Westerns like Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke portrayed men and women with real human qualities, starting with U.S. Marshal Matt Dillon, the first man that bad guys look for and the last they want to meet. William Conrad may not have looked the part, but he certainly sounded every inch the complex hero. Gunsmoke was first among equals in the many 1950s adult Western radio and TV shows. You know, so much has changed about America since the 1950s, when the last great radio series went on the air. We no longer have Western gunfights. We have laser swords instead, and our sidekicks are apt to be aliens from another planet. But one thing that hasn't changed is human nature. And with that in mind, I encourage you to listen to this Project Audion recreation of an episode of Gunsmoke from 1953 entitled The Guitar.
Now, Post Toasties, the Heap Good Cornflakes, is proud to present Gunsmoke.
Around Dodge City and in the territory out west, there's just one way to handle the killers and the spoilers, and that's with a U.S. Marshal and the smell of gun smoke.
Gunsmoke, the story of the violence that moved west with young America, the story of a man who moved with it. Matt Dillon, United States Marshal.
Stay there. Next time you hear a crackling noise in your kitchen, better get up and investigate. Maybe somebody just couldn't wait for his breakfast of crackling, crisp Post Toasties. And that's a treat you shouldn't miss. Post Toasties, you know, are the Heap Good Cornflakes. Why, after one taste, I'll bet anything you'll agree with me. Post Toasties is the best thing to happen to corn since the Indians discovered it. There's nothing quite like the sweet kernel corn flavor when it's toasted right in. Toasted into crisp, fresh cornflakes. Man, oh man. That's Post Toasties, Heap Good Cornflakes. Better try 'em.
And now, Gunsmoke, starring William Conrad.
Oh, you sure are slow with that beer, Doc. I'm about ready for another.
You had enough last night, Chester. Matt told me you were still asleep at 9 o'clock this morning.
Well, I was. And it was mighty kind of him not to wake me up. Hey, are you sure he said he'd be back this afternoon?
That's what he told me, so Oh, now what in the world is that fella?
Who's that?
He just came in the door there with Tyler and Short.
Oh, him. Oh, that's nothing. That's Wade Pendle. Rode in on a mule just a couple days ago.
Huh. Which has the bigger ears, him or the mule?
Yeah, well, he is kind of funny looking, all right. Acts kind of peculiar, too.
That's a scrawny mule, Pendle. I seen you on him this morning.
Pendle here is kind of scrawny himself, Short. Maybe some beer will fatten him up a little.
I'd like some beer, all right, but I got no money.
Why not sell that guitar of yours?
Sell my guitar? No, I'd never do that.
You must have a nickel at least.
This money I had got stole.
Now, who'd dare steal money off a tiger like you, Pendle?
I was asleep. I started to wake up, but they kicked me in the head.
You call that a head? Looks to me more like your neck just growed out and head over.
I ain't very handsome.
You sure ain't. Hey, what'd your old lady think of you when she saw you, Pendle?
Don't know. She died.
Yeah. Laughing, I bet.
Oh, now that's too mean, fellers. That's enough.
Yeah, Pendle's just a harmless little feller.
Ain't nobody talking to you, Chester.
Well,
Bartender, 3 beers.
You buying, Tyler?
I'm proud to. Fine old soldier like Wade Pendle.
How'd you know I was a soldier?
I didn't.
Where was you, Soldier Pendle?
3rd Illinois Cavalry.
Illinois?
Oh,
You was with the Yankees?
Yankees.
Well, I never done much. We had hard luck and never got to see no real Confederates at all. Just a bunch of ragged-tailed bushwhackers in South Missouri. They was led by old chicken thief named Cline.
Yeah, so they was.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me something, Pendle. Did you ever kill any of Cline's men?
A few before I got shot myself. They caught some of them after and hung them, but I never did see a hanging.
You never saw a hanging?
Nowhere. I never did.
That's so. Well, Pendle, you're in luck. Since we was kinda in the war together, so to speak, I'm gonna show you a hanging. You about ready, ain't you, Short?
Uh-huh. My rope's on my saddle. I'll get it and meet you out back.
They gonna be a hanging? A real hanging?
There sure is. You're lucky, Pendle, you run into us just in time.
now what are you talking about, Tyler? Who you gonna hang?
Kind of surprised, Chester. You can watch, too.
Well, here you know it's against the law to hang people around these parts.
I saw Marshal Dill ride out of town this morning. When he gets back, it'll be all over. And don't you try to buck us, Short, or Short and me will kill you. Come on, Pendle. You don't want to miss it.
Sure.
Now, what do you suppose they're up to, Doc?
I don't know, Chester. But I'd like to find out.
Yeah, I guess we'd better. Oh, I sure do wish Mr. Dillon was here.
I never did think much of Tyler and Short. They're plain no good.
You know, I'm kind of worried, Doc.
There they are.
Yeah, but where's Pendle? Well, they got a rope around his neck.
Of course, you won't see all the hanging, Pendle. The start of it.
What are you hanging me for? I ain't done nothing.
You was in the 3rd Illinois Cavalry.
Well, sure.
We was fighting under that old chicken thief Cline in South Missouri. It's a real pleasure to hang a Yankee like you.
But I only done what they told me to. I didn't kill nobody on purpose.
Now, just wait a minute, you two. You've done gone too far enough.
Shoot him, Tyler.
You go shooting anybody, and you'll be the ones that end up on the end of a rope.
Doc ain't armed. He never is. Go on, Tyler.
All right. You can try it. But you're sure gonna have to kill me before you hang anybody.
I'll kill you.
You'll have to kill me too, Tyler.
Mr. Dillon.
Where'd he come from?
Take your rope off that man's neck, Short, and you do it quick.
Sure, Marshal. Sure.
I told you shouldn't hang me.
We was just funning him, Marshal. We wasn't gonna hang him.
What's this all about, Short?
Well, he's a Yankee, Marshal. Killed a lot of us in Missouri during the war. We was gonna scare him off and then, kind of run him off town.
You forget about that. You forget about the war, too. It's over. And the next time I catch up to anything like this, you're gonna go to jail.
Go to jail? Over a dumb Yankee who don't own nothing but a skinny mule and a guitar?
Get out of here, Short. You too, Tyler.
Okay, Marshal. But this Yankee better get out of here, too. Clear out of Dodge.
Shut up, Tyler. And you too, Short.
Sure. See you later, Pendle.
Hey, Pendle. Marshal Dillon's here and he wants to talk to you.
I sure do thank you for letting me sleep in your jail last night, Marshal.
Where you been sleeping before, Pendle?
With my mule. I always do.
Yeah, I hear you're broke. What do you do for a living?
I never did nothing much, Marshal. Just ride around on my mule.
What about your guitar? Don't you ever play and take up a collection or something?
Oh, no, Marshal. I wouldn't do that.
Well, why not? Can't you play good enough?
I don't know, Marshal. I never played it for nobody here except me.
Yeah, all right. Chester, take him over to the Texas Trail, huh? Maybe Sam can give him a job of some kind.
Well, it wouldn't be steady, would it?
Well, I don't know, but why shouldn't it be?
Because I'll be leaving in a day or two.
Oh, where are you headed?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
Ride around on my mule. I always do.
Pendle, where you from, anyway?
I was born in San Benito.
Oh, on the Rio Grande.
Yeah. I left soon after. Took my guitar with me, though. Never did go back.
Well, if you're from Texas, how come you fought in the Union Army?
I don't know. One army's just like another, I guess.
Maybe you're right at that. Chester, take him over to Sam's, huh?
All right, sir.
I left my guitar out back. I'll go get it.
Boy, he sure is a peculiar little feller, Mr. Dillon.
Yeah, pretty helpless, too.
You don't reckon Short and Tyler will bother him anymore, do you?
Well, knowing them, I believe they'd have hung him yesterday if they could have. You tell Sam to let me know if they even start talking to him again, huh?
Yeah, sure, I will. You know, they just about the meanest pair of men I believe I ever saw.
Yeah, they are. They'll think of something.
Yeah, at least Pendle said he's leaving in a day or two.
I hope that's soon enough, Chester.
Say, how are morning appetites at your house? If they're pretty drowsy, here's a real good way to wake 'em up. Set a bowl of Post Toasties, the heap good cornflakes, at everybody's plate. And just watch your folks take notice when they see how crisp Post Toasties are. And wait till they taste that sweet kernel corn flavor toasted in. Bet your whole tribe will agree with you. Post Toasties is the best thing that happened to corn since Indians discovered it. And here's a thought. If you'd like to make a good thing even better, try topping Post Toasties with your favorite fruit. You'll find that it's a mighty good way to start the day. Fact is, it's a downright delicious way. So next time you shop, be sure to ask for Post Toasties. They're the heap good cornflakes. You'll see.
Post Toasties heap good cornflakes. The best thing that's happened to corn since the Indians discovered it. Heap good cornflakes. Post Toasties heap good cornflakes.
And now back to Gunsmoke.
Sam gave Weed Pendle a job sweeping up the saloon. Let him live in a tiny shack out back. He tried to get him to play his guitar, but Pendle wouldn't do it. We all began to think he probably didn't even know how. It's hard to believe that anybody as simple as he was could learn to do anything. I looked up Short and Tyler and warned them again to leave him alone. And they did. Until one morning, a couple days later. Chester and I had just come out of Delmonico's and were walking up Front Street.
Now I want you to look there, Mr. Dillon, across the plaza.
Yeah, I saw him. Let's go over there, Chester.
Yeah. Well, it's Pendle and his mule, all right.
Yeah, Tyler and Short, too. I told him to keep away from him.
Listen, what were they laughing at?
Yeah, they're laughing and he isn't.
Now, what do you suppose they've done to him now?
Look at his mule, Chester. That's what they've done.
Oh, my goodness, Mr. Dillon, he's lost an ear.
I thought Yankees liked their mules that way, Short. At least that's what I always heard they did.
I guess there's just no pleasing some men, Tyler.
You shouldn't have done that to my mule.
Well, it's Marshal Dillon again.
Did you men do this?
Yeah, Marshal. We ain't done nothing to Pendle.
Did they do it, Pendle?
I tried to stop him, but Tyler held me. And they gave me my mule's ear, Marshal. It's right here. See?
Yeah. Turn around, both of you. Turn around, I said. Now take your guns, Chester.
Yes, sir.
You can't do nothing to us, Marshal. We didn't hurt Pendle none.
Oh, somebody get
I don't like what you did to his mule.
I got him, Mr. Dillon.
All right, you can turn him around again. I'd have cut an ear off each of you, but I can't do that. So I'm gonna do the next best thing.
Marshal.
Ah, leave him there, Chester.
Actually pretty good.
Pendle, I'm sorry about your mule.
He ain't much of a mule anymore.
Well, you better go take care of him. Maybe these two will leave you alone now.
Poor mule.
You know what Wade Pendle told me yesterday, Matt?
Well, it could have been most anything knowing him, Kitty.
Oh, this kind of made sense. Asked him if he'd ever been lonely, and he said no, because he'd never stayed anywhere long enough to get to know anybody that well.
He's a little strange.
Now what are they up to? Tyler and Short, they just came in with Pendle.
Oh?
Look, Matt, he's got his guitar with him.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, everybody.
Hey, listen, everybody. Little Yankee is going to play his guitar for us.
At least he's gonna try, ain't you, Yank?
Don't shoot my mule.
We ain't going to shoot your mule. Gotta be good enough.
Go on, get started, if and you know how.
They threatened to kill his mule, Matt. Gotta stop it.
No, wait a minute, Kitty.
Let's play again.
Go on, Pendle. Go on. Play.
All right.
Oh, Matt, that was beautiful.
Yeah, I kind of surprised everybody, didn't he?
Well, Tyler and Short didn't look too happy about it.
The crowd's with Pendle now.
Well, good. They're leaving.
Well, they better.
Play again.
Hello, Yankee.
Hello.
You've been playing that guitar a long time in there, ain't you, Pendle?
They wanted me to. They liked it.
Well, me and Short been waiting to tell you how much we liked it, too.
Yeah. Let me see that guitar, Pendle.
No, you hurt my mule.
Give it to me.
I got a gun in your belly, Pendle. Don't you move.
I want my guitar.
You can have it. I just sort of want to tune it for you first.
Please don't do that.
Another thing that's wrong with this guitar, it's a little bit too big for a man like you. But I can make it smaller.
Don't do that to my guitar.
There you are, Yankee soldier.
Maybe that'll learn them. Let's go, Short.
Are they both dead, Doc?
Oh my, yes. Real dead. For several hours at least.
Yeah, they must have been asleep when it happened, Doc.
It looks like Short there struggled a little. I guess Tyler got his first, and it woke Short up for a minute.
Well, he wasn't awake for very long, Matt.
Just long enough to see who was cutting his throat, probably.
Well, he can't talk now. Nope. I guess I'm all through here. What do you want to do with him?
Yeah, we'll let the hotel worry about him. I guess it's Weed Pendle I want now.
Yeah, man. Him's such a mild little fella, too.
Any man can take just so much, Chester.
Yeah.
I sure hate to see poor Pendle hang for killing these two buzzards, Matt.
Chester, wait for me at the jail, huh? I'll bring him over there as soon as I can find him. Sam.
Well, what'll it be, Marshal?
Where's Weed Pendle, Sam?
Oh, I just sent him out back for a bucket of sawdust. What do you want him for?
Short and Tyler got their throats cut early this morning.
Good.
I guess their smashing his guitar was just too much for Pendle.
That's so, huh? Oh, there he is now. Pendle, come over here.
Good morning, Marshal.
Good morning.
Pendle, where was you last night?
Oh, you're here, I guess.
You don't know.
Now, wait a minute, Marshal. Pendle, where was you after they wrecked your guitar?
Well, I sat in the alley for a while. Then I come back in here.
Yeah, that's right. And he was so broke up about his guitar, I didn't want to leave him alone. So I took him up and let him sleep on the floor of my room. That right, Pendle? Well, go on. Tell him now.
Sure, Sam. That's right.
Are you trying to alibi for him, Sam?
Why, no, Marshal. What did I care about him?
Some people care about me.
Who, Pendle?
Oh, he's just talking, Marshal.
Who cares about you, Pendle? Tell me.
Those men.
What men?
He means some of the boys that was here when he came back with his busted guitar, Marshal. They just told him how sorry they was, that's all.
I see. They liked his music, didn't they?
Yes, they did. They liked to hear me play.
Who was in here then, Sam?
Oh, well, now, Marshal Dillon, you know how it is. I'm busy pouring drinks, and I don't pay no mind to who's here and who ain't. I couldn't rightly say it all.
Okay, Sam. I guess I can't beat the truth out of you.
Oh, now, Marshal Dillon, who cares about Tyler and Short? Dudge is better off without him.
There's a law against murder, Sam, and it's the same for everybody. I'll be back later.
So what are you going to do now, Mr. Dillon?
Well, I've done all I can, Chester. The whole town's just plain quit talking. Nobody knows anything.
Yeah, well, I guess they just all trying to protect Pendle.
Yeah, they are. But he didn't do it.
Really? Well, who did then?
Well, if I could prove who did it, Chester, I'd have him in jail. Huh, say, come over here.
What's that? Well, I declare, Mr. Dillon, it looks like he's leaving town.
Yeah, I told him he could go.
Well, he looks funnier than ever, don't he, on that one-eared mule?
Yeah. Well, Dodge treated Pendle pretty rough.
It sure did. Poor little fella looks kind of empty like without his guitar, don't he?
Well, maybe he'll find another one somewhere. Anyway, they sure like to hear him play in this town. Yeah, a couple of the boys in particular, I guess. Yeah, they liked it just fine.
Gunsmoke was presented to you tonight by Post Toasties. Say, Mother, want to see your small fry eat a better breakfast than ever? May I suggest you dish them up some sugar crinkles to start with? Sugar crinkles, you know, make breakfast more fun than a circus. Sugar crinkles is a sugar rice treat that's just right sweet. It's high time to forget the sugar-coated cereals that seem too sweet to you, and those others that don't seem sweet enough for the kids. Just pour out crisp, golden sugar crinkles and see just how right sweet a sugar-coated cereal can be. Just right sweet. Be sure to get several packages of sugar crinkles because they're great for snacks. Kids love them that way. Kids love them anyway. Try sugar crinkles and you'll love them too. Remember, Sugar Crinkles is the sugar rice treat that's just right sweet.
Gunsmoke, under the direction of Norman Macdonald, stars William Conrad as Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal. Tonight's episode was specially written for Gunsmoke by John Meston, with original music composed and conducted by Rex Corey. Join us again next week as Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal, fights to bring law and order to the wild violence of the West in Gunsmoke. This recreation was produced for Project Audion by Larry Groebe and directed by Doug Fain. Featured in the cast were Dennis Thompson as Matt Dillon, Doug Fain as Chester, Paul Arbisi as Doc, Dan Keenan as Tyler, Norman Cline as Pendle, Pete Lutz as Short, Denise Cline as Kitty, and Dick Huitema as Sam. Tim Burns was your commercial announcer. This is Darren Rockhold speaking.